So is eXp Realty not paying buyer agents anymore? Well, I'm gonna break that one down here for you on this video today. And by the way, my name's Chad Leonberg and I help real estate agents hit 6 figures in real estate. So if you'd like to work with me, feel free to hit me up at the contact info below. So first of all, this is not really how it sounds. I'll kind of start off with, yes, it's kind of true, but not the way you think it is. So the big problem when you really read into the lawsuit is that, let's put it this way. Imagine, you're a buyer's agent, right? And imagine you're worth a lot, you're an expert, you've been in the business for a long time. And a brand new agent goes and gets their friend's listing, right? And they are negotiating your commission because, let's say it's, X percent, right? And because we're not gonna fix rates here, right? But let's say it's X percent and half of that X percent is what goes to you. Well, what if half of that X percent was a 0.5% less than you normally would look for? Or what if it's a 0.5% more? Or, it is literally somebody else that you don't even know. It's some other brokerage entirely. It has nothing to do with you that is kind of, in a sense, negotiating your compensation. So, I don't like a lot of stuff about this lawsuit, but one thing I kind of can understand is that point of view, because it's not the buyer's agent with the buyer negotiating the commission at all. It's totally, it's somebody else that you don't even know is negotiating your commission. So from that lens, I kind of get it. And what the problem is it's more of a, where's the money coming from? So eXp has come out and said, we are not taking money from our pie and paying it to another brokerage. We're taking our pie. And if the seller wants to give money towards the buyer's broker, whoever represents them, if the seller wants to give concessions to the buyer to do that or to pay the buyer broker directly, the seller can do that. That is their choice. But eXp getting paid from the seller, we are not paying the buyer broker. Makes total sense. And if you think about it from a legal perspective, super, super smart. Because it foolproofs this, well, I shouldn't say foolproof because, and what do I know? I'm certainly not an attorney, but it definitely makes a lot of sense that this is going to, take them out of the lens of anything or any brokerage that would apply this practice, because they're not paying another brokerage. They're not conspiring to fix any commission because it's the seller's decision if they choose to pay them directly or not, or give the buyer a concession or not. It's pretty logical when you actually understand it that way. So ultimately, it's really a change in format. I mean, this might depend on how the things might have been done that way before, in your state, or I don't know. But ultimately, it's really a change in format. It's not taking the pool of eXp's money and sharing it with another broker. We're not sharing commissions with other brokers, right? We're getting our commission and we're saying, hey, the seller can still apply a credit to a buyer's commission or pay you directly, but that is, it's not coming out of eXp. eXp is not paying the other brokerage. Makes total sense when you understand it that way. One of the biggest problems, though, with this entire process, I think it's a little bit better that somebody isn't out there negotiating my commission when I'm a buyer's agent that I don't know. I like that, definitely like that perspective. But my problem with this whole process is that it lacks transparency. There used to be a very transparent offering of what the buyer agent commission is. Now, it doesn't lack transparency in the fact that, okay, you're gonna have to have a conversation up front with the buyers and they're gonna know what your minimum fee is, right? That's good. The problem is they're not knowing or having any idea of what the seller will offer, and it's kind of been prohibited. So at least the amount has been prohibited. They might be able to say that they're willing to offer seller concessions. I know some MLSs have, and this is a very, very fluid situation. I'm sure at the time of this video, things will probably be much different, if you're watching it later, and depends on how this ages. But I just think narrating this now in live time is really, really important because it's a crazy situation. I think clarity, and I think just getting, hearing out where things are, that's the most crucial part of what you can do in this landscape, instead of just trying to turn a blind eye or knee-jerk react. I'm at eXp Realty for full disclosure of this, and when I first heard it, I was a little like, whoa, wait a minute, what do you mean we're not offering buyer agent commissions, right? I was a little confused, but I've learned a thing or two in my human experience here, is that, you need to seek first to understand, then be understood. Really, you need to come with curiosity. So I was like, okay, well, what's going on here? And once somebody explained the format in the way that I just did to me, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I get it. So, but again, I think just the problem with all this, and we don't know where it will shake out yet, is there's just a lot of non-transparency so far. But, maybe 6 months, a year and a half in, maybe there's a new process that's formed. It's much more transparent. It's one of my core values is transparency. And I believe for the consumers right now, there's just a lot, if we're negotiating this behind the scenes on offers, it creates situations that create a lot of lack of transparency to them. So I'm not a big fan of that, but we'll see how this goes. So I hope that was helpful to you to kind of just dispel myths, not because I'm at eXp Realty and I want you to think it's the best thing in the world, but because I'm an agent just like you, and I heard it and I thought, wow, that's kind of shocking. shocking. Why would they do that? And once I understood it's just really a change of format, right? It's really different. It's really smart when you think about it that way. So like I said, I just felt that it was, you know, needed to explain because I needed to explain to myself. So here I am making this video. It's not about eXp is the best thing in the world. It's just about demystifying the process and what they do. So anyways, please like and subscribe to the channel. You know, I'm always trying to post real estate content and add value to the real estate space. I hope that was valuable to you, and see you at the top.